And we're back with the Daily News. Steve Gaito has joined us once again. First time, though, on our big fancy set.
This is impressive.
You like it?
I like it.
He's the founder and the owner of Retirement Resource Management. And today we're going to talk about our money, obviously.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about retirement. We're going to talk about taxes. And one thing you just said, that when you pass, the dollars that you have invested are either going to go to your family, your faith, or the government. And we want to avoid the government.
That's right. And you can't do that without planning. And that's really what I try to help people understand is, how do you use your resources in an efficient way? And taxes are a big part of that. But how do you leave the most to your kids or your church or whatever you want?
So how do you begin that planning to be able to avoid heavy taxes, particularly when you're still alive and then when you pass?
Well, and that's a good question, because right now is a great opportunity for folks. They don't understand that when Trump was in, he put in some tax law changes, but they sunset. And so we have till 2026 to get things in the right place at the right time. And so by allocating your resources in different places, you can minimize not only your taxes for right now for you, but your taxes on your retirement income in the future.
Right. And tax brackets.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what does that mean?
So a lot of people don't understand tax brackets. It's a marginal tax bracket, which means as your income gets higher, the percentage that they take gets greater. But think of it as like steps. And so once you get to the top of the next step, the next dollar is at the higher rate. So not all of it is at a higher rate. Right. But that's important because those are the things that are sunsetting. So right now, a married couple can basically stay in the 24% tax bracket up to about $350,000.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's real good.
That's real good.
January 1, 2026, that goes down to about $86,000. And you'll be in the 25% tax bracket. So we do have an opportunity to move, and that's why Roth conversions, things like that are important to do right now. The other thing is that people don't consider when you have your spouse pass away, you go from a married tax bracket and filing status to single. And that's what my mom just has experienced.
Yes.
All of a sudden, she's having to pay taxes when she hasn't in the past. And so, there's lots of ways that your taxes can be impacted. You got the brackets, you've got your filing status, and then you have your deductions. So, one of the nice things is our standard deduction is about $12,500 per person. So $25,000 for a married couple. That's more than most people had in charitable contributions and mortgage deductions.
Right. So your company is called Resource Management, which I love because you have resources to help people on your website, and of course your work here with WHHI-TV, because there's so much education needed as folks weather and navigate this crazy world of income and taxes and deductions and all of that.
Yeah. And that's really what the company is designed. I love to teach. We're going to do a regular, ongoing lunch and learn at Truffles.
Okay,
free shout out to them. Yep, you were at one of those.
Yep.
And that's just to help people better understand the choices that they've got to make. And so we want to make sure that we're able to help people understand what their options are. The other part is a lot of people don't realize that most people in retirement need a plan, not a portfolio. And so a lot of people are nervous about retirement because everything has to come out of that one bucket. Right. And so by creating income streams that you can't outlive gives you a little bit more peace. Now, all of it, you don't want to put all of it in any one bucket, and that's really where the planning comes in.
Right, so we have about a minute left. Inflation, is that affecting everything right now?
Gosh. Between inflation and taxes, it has a lot of retirees worried.
Yes.
They are trying to figure out how they compensate for it, and you have to have, look at what your savings is getting. Yeah. It went up 0.25%. Wow, that's still not covering much. But you have to have some diversity of your investments in order to compensate for inflation. Will it continue at the rate it is? I don't think so, but we're going to see more inflation than we have in the past.
And where do we find you, Steve? What's your website?
Website, www.retirerm.com. That's the best place to find all kinds of information on the seminars and free books, all kinds of stuff.
Good, great. Steve Gaito with Retirement Resource Management. Good to have you with us on our debut week.
This is awesome. I look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate our guests being with us, our team behind the scenes, and most of all, you for watching. And if you have a news tip, please send it to news@WHHI-TV.com. And if you missed part of this newscast, we'll be back in 90 minutes. Bye, everyone.